Okay guys, so I'm about weak point training for legs today. There's only 3 things you need really to train your legs. Heart, desire, and not the Smith machine. Get off the fucking Smith machine, get in the rack. You should be using this for anything. You're only gonna hurt yourself, cause problems. Get out of the Smith machine, get in the squat rack. Let's go. Alright guys, first exercise, squat. Before we talk about squats, the one thing I want to talk about is warming up. Warming up, or like say it's like an active warm up, pre-pumping the muscle. I'm a big fan of like pre-exhausting the muscle. It prevents injury, you're getting blood pumped in there, the muscle's gonna grow faster, you're gonna get a better workout. So many people are afraid to come in and do leg extensions or leg press first. Like, oh, I'm gonna tire myself out from my squat. You're supposed to be tired and exhausted when you perform these heavy compound lifts. That's how you grow, that's how you get stronger. You're not gonna perform at your peak every time you lift. You're not gonna increase your bench every single workout, but that doesn't mean you're not building muscle and progressing. So then when you do rest, give yourself that ample rest that you need, you're gonna perform better. Dr. Lane Norton, you guys know who he is, has a great blog about overtraining and how it's pretty much bullshit. How you can always be progressing in the gym. It just doesn't mean that your strength is getting better because you're constantly fatigued, but you can still get stronger, still gain muscle. Okay, anyways, back to what I was talking about. So warming up, active warm up, pre-pumping the muscle. I'm a big fan of doing leg extensions, like I said. I'll go 5 or 6 sets, pretty heavy, 20 reps, a minute rest between. I mean, by that 4th or 5th set, my quads are screaming. That's what I want. You gotta be sweating by the time you come into the squat rack. Okay, now, training legs. If you take your quad here and you split it down the middle, you'll notice the biggest part of your quad is the inside, is where they call this like the tear duct. This is the thickest, strongest part of your quad. So it's like training your chest. You want to train your chest from the top down because that's the biggest part of your chest is up here. Same thing with your legs. You want to build your legs from the inside out. How do we do that? Okay, maybe because I'm an athlete, maybe this is the way I was taught. Any of you guys are football players, you can relate. But we were all taught to squat in an athletic stance. Like we'd be blocking someone or tackling someone. And what does that stance look like? Well, that stance is essentially going to be feet a little wider than shoulder width, toes out, and when you come down, they call it squatting in the inside of our shoe. You want to keep the weight on your heels when you squat. You don't want to come forward on your toes. That's how you hurt your knees. A lot of you guys have knee problems because you're coming forward. Squatting down, keep the weight of the inside of the shoe. This is where your power comes from. This is where your power comes from, your glutes and your hips. If you want to get stronger, you're not going to be in a narrow base like this. This is detailing the outer quads. If you want to build mass and thickness, if you want to get develop like a big ass, I'm sorry to say it, but a lot of you girls and guys talk about how I get my glutes to grow. Get your ass in a squat rack, change your foot placement, get your toes out a little bit, and squat down. See, I'm gonna power position right here. When I'm here, weight is being forced out of my outer quads. I want to put my toes out, so as I sit, everything is tight in my butt through my hamstrings and my legs. To be honest, I could come in and fucking squat my ass off once a week and do nothing else with my legs, but because of this type of squatting, toes out a little bit, squatting on the inside of your shoe, that athletic stance, it's gonna hit the hamstrings, the quads, the glutes. It's gonna give you that athletic look to your body. I can always tell the guys that come in the gym that do leg press and hack squats and front squats. They have no ass. They have no lower back. No definition to it. Be an athlete. I can't tell you how many times, I shouldn't even say this, but how many times over the years girls have said to me, I just love watching you walk from behind, or I can just tell you're an athlete, or tell by the way your butt and your hips are. I've had girlfriends say it to me or whatever, dudes say it to me. But it's when you train a certain way, you're going to look a certain way. If you want that lean, athletic look, train like an athlete. Stop worrying about all these special exercises. There's nothing better than squatting. Women, you want to build your legs, build your butt, get in the squat rack. Leg extensions are not going to build your quadriceps. I'm sorry. I'll give you a little bit of detail, but they're not going to build big legs. Sure as hell doing leg press and shit's not going to work your ass. Okay, enough of me rambling. So you tell I had too much coffee this morning and like 3 energy drinks. Okay, so squatting again. Rules of squatting. Under the bar, some people like to squat with their arms way out. It doesn't matter to me, dude. Get in, grip it, and rip it. So, okay, step forward. Now, again, feet a little wider than shoulder width. Toes are out, like maybe 10 and 2 o'clock. And as I go down, keeping the weight on my heels, chest up. So I'm squatting. Let's see, everything is in line. My hips to my shoulders stay in one line, but I'm in a good power stance here and I press up. As I press up, I'm not coming up with my butt out. I'm pressing my hips forward. See that little like you know, kind of like your, yeah. So you press up, keeping everything in one line. Now, this is the fatal flaw I see in squatting. When people come down, when they're here, they let the butt go out. This is how you hurt your back. I understand why you have back issues and have to wear that stupid fucking colored belt in the gym. Your form is wrong, using too much weight. Get down, get your hips in one line, and as you get to the bottom, they call, when we used to play football, I was talking about coaches say, you know, bring your hips when you hit someone. When you hit someone, you bring your hips when you tackle, when you wrap up. When you block someone, you make contact, you bring your hips. Same thing in squatting. They're two very, very similar concepts. When you get down, you hit the hole, bring your hips, get your hips under you so everything's in one line, and press your heels through the ground towards the ceiling. That's a squat. It's very, very, very simple, guys. Talk about rep ranges, sets, reps. I've always been a heavy squatter over the years. It made me very, very strong. Never had to wear a belt, never had knee problems. I put over 750 pounds in the bar. If you train effectively, you shouldn't have to wear a belt. It's when you lack areas of development, like in your lower back, that it's weak, that you need a belt. Doing deadlifts, straight-legged deadlifts, squats, a couple other exercises are going to strengthen your core to the point where you shouldn't have to wear a belt. I've always been a fan of, if I can't use it on the field, I'm not using it in the gym. So I don't need a belt, I don't need knee wraps. Get that shit out of there. It's weakening the muscles and ligaments. They're atrophying because you're compensating for them. So we want to remove those. We want everything to be strong, run like a fucking machine. Sets and reps. I'm a big fan of a lot of sets. So sometimes I go 10 by 10 on squat, 10 sets of 5, whatever. But working way up, getting heavier. But also, if you really want to blow out your, I'll tell you honestly, it's not hard to squat 5 by 5 heavy weight. Everybody talks about how impressive it is. Put 500 or 600 pounds on. You want to know what's hard? Go put 315 on the bar and squat 5 sets of 25. That high rep range, hypertrophic muscle building range, is where you're going to build your legs. So do a combination of both. Get heavy sets in there. Get your couple sets of 4 and 5 reps, 6 reps, whatever. Especially you women. You women, it's harder for you to build muscle than anybody. You gotta be. Don't do sets of 40 reps or standing squats or noise. Put some fucking weight on the bar and squat. Get your ass down and squat. So I'm doing drop sets. I'm a big fan after doing like a heavy lift. Maybe my last 1 or 2 sets. Cut the weight in half, bang out 25 or 30 reps. There is no better mental and physical test. Go from 600 pounds or 500 pounds to 300 or 200 and bang out 25 reps. See these safety rails right here? Set these motherfuckers up here. This is what they're for. If you ain't hitting these every workout, you ain't doing shit. I'm sorry to curse and I'm in one of those moods today, but if you're not failing and the bar's not dropping, you're wasting your fucking time. I'm sorry to say it. You've got to hit failure. You got to hit failure to grow. You got to hit failure to succeed, especially when doing legs. The legs are so big and so strong. All the meat through your quad and your hamstring and your glute. Do you know how fucking hard you got to work them to grow? It's simple philosophy. Intensity, focus, determination, no Smith machine, and hit failure. If you can do that, I guarantee you success. Okay, next exercise. So I'm gonna do bench step-ups. Whether you're an athlete, looking to increase strength, speed, explosion, we're talking about developing the quads, the hamstrings, the glutes, bench step-ups, heavy weight, one of the best exercises there is. In college, we do tons of speed and strength training. It wasn't until my junior year when I incorporated these, heavy step-ups into my workout. My strength coach had me do them. And I'm not trying to brag on them, I'm just giving you a difference. When I was 240 pounds, squatting 600, dunking basketballs. I was like a 4 or 5 guy in a 40-yard dash. Coming into my junior year, I got up to like 255, and I think the fastest 40 I ever ran was 439. It was all because of these and heavy power cleans. What really made the difference. So we're gonna do a bench step up. Here we have normal height bench. Now, if you guys can find a box this high, use a box, and I'll tell you why. Here's a pad on here. Right? Now this is a hard pad, I'm kind of lucky, but sometimes pads are soft. So it's gonna cause instability in the knee. So I want you to be safe. So if all else fails, find a bench that has a hard pad. If it's soft, don't use it. But if you can get a box that's hard and flat, that's great because you're gonna be stepping up with weight on your shoulders. You don't want the foot wiggling, okay? Also, don't use an adjustable bench. You see how these benches have their stability points are wide? Adjustable benches tend to have one here and one here. So if you step wrong, especially the adjustable part, it'll fly up like this. How do I know? We'll never not confirmed or denied I had like 300 pounds on my shoulders, and I was at the East Coast Mecca, and I stepped on the bench wrong and it flew up and hit me in the face. I think Frank Seppi was laughing his ass off at me. Okay, that's a different story, a different video. But anyways, so I'm gonna do a bench step up. Okay? I'm just gonna use some lightweight here to show you guys. Okay, this is not how you want to do it, obviously, but for time saving purposes. So weight on the shoulders, you know, just like we're squatting, and step. Put the foot on the bench, get it flat, press off the front foot, and down. Now you can take the foot off. I'm a big fan of coming off and back on. Off, back on. Now it's not just pick the foot up, lean forward and press. No, it's an explosive movement. It's supposed to be fast and strong. So here, boom. Here, squeeze. When you come up, I'm squeezing my back leg, or my front leg, I glutes my hamstrings together. So, here, squeeze, come down. 10, 12 reps each leg, you know, 4 or 5 sets, work your way up. Pick a weight that you can use, guys, be safe. Don't go trying to put 300 or 400 pounds on your shoulders, you're gonna hurt yourself. Women, you guys can do this with dumbbells. If you're a beginner, great superset. Put 20-pound dumbbells in each hand, 10 to 15 each leg. Remember, this is cardio too. I'm out of breath when I'm demonstrating. 10 to 15 each leg, and then drop the dumbbells and repeat again, 10 to 15 each leg. Great way to develop the legs. Overload them with as much stress as you can. That's how muscles grow. It's not about weight, it's not about reps, it's time under tension. Put as much stress on the body, and it has no choice but to grow to compensate for you giving it that stress. So again, bench step-ups, great. If you're looking to build your glutes, lower back strength, core strength, hamstrings, quads, squats, bench step-ups. We'll get much better than that. Next exercise. Okay guys, next leg exercise, talking about doing a walking lunge. In my opinion, far superior to doing standing in place lunge, and you'll see why. Things to remember when doing a walking lunge. Proper form. A lot of people, you guys develop knee injuries, it's because you're doing these incorrectly. I see it done every day in the gym. People are lunging, it's like when you squat. If you're coming forward when you squat, you're gonna put stress on the knees. That's how you can develop tendonitis. That's how you're gonna have issues with your ankles and your hips. It's important keeping the pressure on the heels. That's where your foundation is strongest. You're gonna put the stress on the hamstring, the quad, and the butt, not letting it come through the joint. So, like I said, when you're squatting, remember, we keep our weight on our heels. The same thing happens when we lunge. When we step, when we come forward, we don't want my knee coming over my toe. That's how we hurt ourselves. So, keeping the shoulders up, chest back, lunge, and as I come up, I'm not coming forward, I'm pressing up and I'm stepping through and coming down. You can do this with no weight. I prefer doing it with weight, but if you're a beginner, do it with no weight. Step, press up, and then down. I'm a firm believer, people that constantly do lunges in place, like this and come back, they come too far forward, and as their first movement, because the knee is not it's very strong, the first movement is the knee to come forward. As they press back, they put pressure on their knees. So if you're lunging in place, and you're watching this video and you have knee issues, this is probably why. Do walking lunges. Try stepping all the way through. Now notice, when I do a walking lunge, I'm not coming up, I'm not stopping here. No, it's coming through. So I'm up, through. Constant motion. You can do holding dumbbells. I prefer to hold weight on my shoulders. But great exercise, exhausting. 25 feet down and back, drop your weight, then continue. Do it with no weight. Or get some heavy weights, put some weight on your shoulders, big heavy dumbbells, lunge 25 feet down and back, minute rest, repeat 4 or 5 sets. It's gonna condition you, it's gonna make your butt grow, hamstrings, quads, everything. Great exercise, I'm gonna demonstrate. Okay guys, here we go, walking lunge. I'm gonna come straight at you, chest up, shoulders back, step, Simple. 25 feet, down and back. Keep good form, go slow. Don't be afraid to use heavy weights, guys. This isn't very heavy, but work your potential, but throw some weight on there. Legs are kind of the one thing where you can throw caution to the wind, so to speak, as opposed to like training, chest or back, or put some heavy weights on. You want to grow your muscle. Ladies, you want to build defined glutes and hamstrings and quads. You gotta work for it. You gotta put in some effort to get results. Life is like an investment. It's like a financial investment. The quality and quantity of your daily deposits are going to quantify your end result, your return on your investment, so to speak. When you invest in stocks or mutual funds or whatever, the payout at the end is a direct result of the quality of your investment and the quantity of your investment. So put in your investments day in and day out. If you're just doing the bare minimum, if you're just doing leg extensions or leg curls, a couple sets of squats and a slip machine, you're not going to get the physique you want, i.e. the payout in the end. You're not going to get that return on your investment. Same thing with doing cardio. I posted a video the other night, on a sprint workout. If you're just coming in and jogging on the treadmill or doing Stairmaster, you're not working that hard. You think you are. Let me tell you right now, you think your cardio sessions are hard, your HIIT workouts on the fucking treadmill? Get your ass out on that field and go do that Sprint 60 workout. You're going to see the difference, and you're going to realize you haven't been working hard. You've been making the nominal deposit, the minimum deposit daily just to get by. You haven't been putting in the effort that's required to be successful, to grow, to live the life that you always hope for. Put in your deposits, make your investment in your future. I guarantee it'll pay out. But it's not going to happen by chance. No one else is going to do it for you. You got to do it. Starts right here.